The film's events revolve around an ancient story of Queen Cleopatra, who ruled Egypt for 20 years. Her fiancé, Antony, gave her 3 golden eggs, studded with jewels. When the queen died, the eggs disappeared. After time, everyone said the story was just a legend. In 1907, an Egyptian farmer found 2 of them. He sold them to European countries. But the 3rd egg is hidden. A detective named John went to a museum in Rome. The museum had one of those eggs. News had reached them that the egg was going to be stolen. The museum was full of people. The egg was in place, but John knew it was fake. He took a bottle of soft drink and threw it on the egg, and it melted. John knew that the egg had been stolen. He asked the guards to close the doors, but the thief, Nolan, escaped. John followed him, but a truck caught up with him. 2 days later, the thief returned to his house and took the egg out. Nolan was surprised that John was in his house waiting for his arrival. And here the police intervened, and the investigator came. She stepped in and took the egg and told Nolan that he was under arrest because he stole many rare things. Nolan asked them how they knew where he was. John told him that Bishu was the one who told them where he was. They took Nolan to prison. John put the egg in the car. When John went to get in the car, the driver told him that the door was open. John went to check the door. He found the egg in its place when they were gone. Bishu came out from under the car after stealing the egg and replacing it with another fake one. Detective Das brought the egg to John and dropped it on the floor. The egg broke. She told him that this egg was fake and that he was the one who stole it. John told her that he did nothing. She told him that you were the one who stole it and transferred $8 million to your bank account. He told her that he had not done anything. But she called the police and they took him to a very dangerous prison in Russia. There he met Nolan, and they were talking to each other. Nolan told John that Bishu was the one who stole the egg, and that there was an Egyptian billionaire who would give $300 million to whoever would give him the 3 eggs because he wants to give them to her daughter during her marriage. The 2nd egg is found at an arms dealer named Soto, but the 3rd one disappeared. John asked Nolan not to tell anyone that he was a detective, but Nolan told everyone that he was a police detective. A criminal hit John because he was a policeman, but the guards saved him and took them to the prison director. But they were surprised that it was Bishu. She told them that she was the one who stole the egg and put the money in John's account so that they could arrest him. And since they are in prison, she will continue collecting the eggs without disturbance or interference from them. She told them that she knew the location of the 2nd egg. The 3rd egg, Nolan, knows its location, but Nolan told her that he did not know its location. She produced a recording of him confessing to this. She offered him $50 million to tell her where the 3rd egg was. But he refused. She told him that she would find out her place in her own way. That same night, Nolan told John that they had to escape from prison. The next morning, Nolan put a chemical in the washing machine. The machine explodes and Nolan and John escape. When they reached the door, they found it closed. Nolan opened it with the help of a card he stole from a prison guard. They went out and got into a helicopter. They went to Nolan's friend to help them enter Soto's palace in order to steal the 2nd egg. They boarded the plane and began to agree on the plan by which they would open the safe in which the 2nd egg was located. They went to a costume party. Bishu was also at the party. John went to her and told her that he would prove his innocence. He started dancing with her. Soto asked John to dance with Bishu, and John agreed. But he stole Soto's phone. He went to Nolan's to steal the egg. Detective Das was also at the party to arrest John and Nolan. When they opened the safe, Das told them to turn themselves in, but John refused and they entered the safe. They found Bishu inside. She told them that there was a secret door. She started hitting them, and suddenly Soto appeared. They discovered that he agreed with her. They took them to a secret place in Soto's palace and tied them up. They started beating Nolan to tell them where the egg was. He told them that the egg is in a secret room in the Pyramid of Khufu, buried in Cleopatra's sarcophagus. Bishu put an anesthetic in Soto's cup. She took the 2nd egg. Soto woke up. He fired a bullet into John and Nolan's handcuffs, and they were freed. John was struck by Soto and lost consciousness. Nolan tells John that the egg is not in Egypt. When they got out, they found themselves in a bull ring. John was hit by a bull, but they managed to escape. They rode on a train. John Nolan asked how he knew the location of the 3rd egg. He told him that his father was the one who followed this legend. He searched all over the world for the location of these eggs. He told him that he bought a watch for a German general during Hitler's era. When his father died, he broke that clock and found the location of the egg in it. It is located in an abandoned park in Argentina. Nolan and John went there. There was a large underground cellar. They entered there and found many antiquities and a box with Cleopatra written on it. Nolan opened it and found the third egg. Bishop came with a gun. She told them that she was watching them before Nolan gave her the egg. The investigator came and asked them to turn themselves in, but John and Nolan escaped. But they fell into the waterfall. Nolan came out of the water with the egg, but he did not find John. Nolan was afraid he had drowned. He went to save him and left the egg. He was surprised by John standing with the egg. He told him how you were able to abandon the egg in order to save me. Bishop came out of the water. Nolan was surprised that Bishop was John's fiancée. They planned all of this in order to find out the location of the third egg. They imprisoned Nolan, and they went to Egypt and sold the 3 eggs to the Egyptian billionaire. Detective Das entered and arrested the Egyptian billionaire on charges of smuggling antiquities. After 6 months, Nolan came and told Bishop and John that he gave their secret account information to the police and they took all their money and they had nothing left. He suggested a new robbery for them. After a while, they went to the Louvre Museum and wanted to rob it. And here the movie ended.